fuck back, y'all. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you like it here. As you see, I'm trying to get back consistent. I'm trying. Okay. And I know I told y'all I was back and I was trying to do Vlogmas, but I'm trying. I'm gonna try to catch up with the days. Like if I don't, that means like I may have to drop 2 videos, a day for about a week. But if not, then I'm just gonna continue to New Year's, cause I've been lazy. I've been trying to like get up. I'm like, let me do my makeup, and I'm just like, I'm not going nowhere, so I ain't trying to really do no makeup. But since it's Friday, what time is it? Almost 9 p.m. I'm gonna go ahead and get it done. So as you can see by the title, this is a story about how I let me do my air quotes, took someone's man. And before I get into the video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'll give y'all a little reminder in the middle of the video to make sure y'all subscribe and whatnot. I'm sorry I'm talking with my hands, but I can't help it, so I'm gonna do it. Yeah. So this story takes place when I was in college. It was my sophomore year of college, the very beginning. Well, no, scratch that. It started at the very end of my freshman year, and then I went home for the summer, and then yeah. Okay, so if you ain't know, I went to Savannah State for 2 years, 2013 to 2015, and I left, that summer and went to Georgia State. Relevant, but not really. Well, my camera moved. So, it was the last few days of my freshman year, and me and I'm just gonna call her best friend. We went to this bar that was right across the street called Overtime. We call it OT. You don't know about OT? I'm sorry for you, especially if you went to Savannah State and you don't know about OT. That means you too young and you missed out, because what a time to be alive. So, we went across the street to OT. They was having a little, I guess, end of schooling, party. So we went to the party and we was in there, having fun. And I remember we were by the pool table, and it was some dudes over there. Like, we was not paying attention to them, but I don't know, it's like the dude who the story is about, it's like, I don't know, he was trying to be loud talking for me to like acknowledge him, but no, I won't pay attention. I don't be paying attention to dudes like that. So I remember him talking about basketball, and I had me a little boo or whatever you want to call him on a basketball team that be crossing up, and he was out here talking about like, yeah,
I'm better than everybody on that basketball team.
So and so, my little boo at the time.
He ain't got nothing on me.
First of all, he got a whole, about 5 feet on you, buddy. That's for one. 2, not too much. So I didn't tell y'all this in the beginning, but the dude the story about, we're gonna call him I want to call him Boosie so bad, because he remind me of Boosie, but I don't really like Boosie. I don't know, it's something about, he remind me of Boosie and T.I. at the same time, because he's from Albany, so they country, and like, I mean, T.I. of course from my city, but I don't know, they all just country. So, but we're gonna call him Tip. So Tip did not go to my school. He went to, what school did he go to? I forgot what school he went to, but I think he took that semester off. He had so anyway, but he had a cousin that lived out there. I don't know if the cousin went to our school or if he just lived in that area. I don't remember. But his cousin, he would just be out there with his cousin. They had an apartment and stuff together, so he was just out there. So where am I at in the story? Oh yeah, so we was at OT. He was talking about basketball, and I was just looking like, because they play with my man. Like, my man was my man. Like, well, that's my little boo. No, we ain't do nothing because I wasn't even on that type of time yet. Like, no. But yeah, I'm just like, So I don't know how I got in the conversation or what, but I was just like, I don't know if I inserted myself because I was just
Like, excuse me.
you're not gonna play on his top. No, I'm just playing. But I was just like, so somehow I got in a conversation or he started talking to me or something. And he was cute. Chocolate, little, I ain't gonna lie, he's still fine to this day. I just like, actually, like, we was like chit-chatting like a few months ago, but I don't know if he, I don't know what happened with that, because then never mind. But, damn, I forgot again. Auntie can't remember. But so we end up just exchanging information. I didn't even like him at the time. I was like, he's cute, but like, I don't know, cute don't be enough for me. So we exchanged information, and then we like start texting, and I went home over the summer back to Atlanta, and Savannah State is like between 3 and 4.5 hours away. And I think my mom still lived in Powder Spring. No, I think she moved back to Atlanta by that point. But I was like, where I lived at was in Atlanta. So I came home for the summer. Me and him still, like we was texting and stuff. And then I just like grew to like him, and because he was like cool. I remember the very first time. Like we actually had a phone conversation. I was in a car. In my car, I was going to Dollar General. I think I was visiting my mom and them at that time because I went to Dollar General, and like we was on the phone, and I say his name wrong. Like for instance, okay, since we call him Tip, what it like? I would have been like, I think I was like, hey Type or something like that, and he was just like, what'd you call me? I'm like, your name Type. He was like, no, it's pronounced Tip. I was like, oh okay, yeah, my bad. So yeah, and we had a little phone conversation, and one thing about it, a phone conversation is how you like get me real quick. I don't know, I just like real good phone conversations. So he, we continued to talk, like text. He followed me on Instagram and whatnot. Or did he get my number on Instagram? Did I get him my number on Instagram? I don't know. I think I probably gave him my Instagram first because usually I don't give out my number. I'll just like have my Instagram. But we was like, talking, and then he was on my Instagram, like I said, and he would comment on my pictures and stuff like Heart Eyes and like Bay and shit like that, which I was cool with because that was my new man, like So I think I'm gonna do that shit again where I keep saying so the whole time. So just say it again. Take a shot if you want to. Get lit if you want to. Drink some eggnog if you want to. I'm just playing, don't drink that. Don't do that. But we, like he would comment on my pictures, cool. So when I got back to Savannah State for my sophomore year, this was in August. My mom dropped me off, helped me move all my stuff in. This is when I had that roommate with the room on fire shit. Yeah, this was that apartment. So I moved into the apartment. My mom helped me set up. He came, helped set up too. We went to the store, bought some more stuff. Like, he was just chilling with me and my mom, hanging out, taking the stuff, get my room together. We then came back, and my mom, I think, was upstairs in my room asleep because I told her she'd just stay the weekend or whatever, or stay until she ready to go, so she don't have to drive way back to Atlanta when she just drove down here. So she was upstairs in my room asleep, me and him sitting downstairs on the couch. He was coughing a little feel, that was the first time I ever let anybody touch me like that, and I was just like, no, we never did none of that ever happened. But we went, like when my mom left, I think he had left. He had a car at the time, but his car was messed up. Keep this in mind. This like part of the reason we ended up falling off. But he had a car, and the car was messed up. It was like an old Toyota. And so his cousin would have to come get him, but his cousin always had an attitude and stuff about coming to get him, which I understand in a way, because it's just like, I'm not going to keep coming to pick you up. And I eventually, like later on, I put a rule in place. I set a boundary. I was like, on weekdays, there's no spending the night. I have class. I'm not trying to be distracted. So a few times he did try to like be slick and think he was gonna spend the night, and I was like, no, it's time for you to go. And he'll like get mad and stuff. Well, not mad, but like get annoyed and have a little attitude, which I don't care. I put a boundary in place. We're gonna stick to it, okay? Okay. So he had to call his cousin to come get him and whatnot. I don't know if his cousin ended up coming or not. I think he did. I don't know. But yeah, him and his cousin get into it a lot because of that, and which I understand. But hey. So he would like come over all the time because like I said, he didn't go to school there and he wasn't in school that semester. I think he had already graduated. I think he had graduated like the semester before. So he was just like from his school, not from the school I was at, but he came up there and would be up there with me all the time. Like when I'm in class, sometimes he'll stay in my room. So I come back from class, or when I get completely done with classes, he'll come up there. We'll go to like the what they call it? I forgot what it's called. I got a vision of the place where we eat at. But we would go in there and eat, the student union. We would go in there, get food. I had meal swipes, so I would like, most of the time I didn't really eat. I still like that, don't really eat. But I would, I'm just fluffy, so can't do that. But I would like go use my meal swipe, get us food and whatnot. So, we just go back to the room and chill. So one day, I was finna go to my freshman year, like the girl, I had a roommate my freshman year. And we're gonna just call her Ron. That's a nickname we got for her for real, but nobody knows her by that. But Ron, we were going to her room because I was like, I forgot. I think I need to pick something up, or I don't remember. But I was going to go over there, and I remember him acting weird, like I don't want to go over there, and I'm just like, why? And then I'm just like, I was getting suspicious. So I'm like, why are you acting like that? Because he never really act like that if we going somewhere to somebody's room or anything. So I'm just like, why are you acting like that? So he was like, is Ron tall? I was like, yeah. He was like, is she like skinny? I'm just like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, I know her. And I'm just like, and let me put a pause in it right here. The reason I was looking like that, because I'm just like, for one, why do you know her? Two, he used to always tell me about this crazy ass ex, tell me like shit she did. And I was just like, ooh, that's tragic. But I was like, I know this not his ex, because I'm like, that's not even his type, and she's not his type. So I was just like, I'm just like, why do you know her? Like, how do you know what she looked like? He goes to say, her friend is my ex. And I'm like, what friend? And we're going to call, this the crazy ex. We're going to call her Crazy Girl. We're going to call her Crazy. So Crazy is his ex. And I was just like, and I got annoyed with him. I don't know why I got an attitude with him, because, I don't know, I just feel like he knew that I knew her, but he didn't. And I'm going to explain how I like this whole thing. I'm going to explain that after this. So I'm just looking like, so I was like, all right, let's go. Let's go. So we went back to my room, and I'm just like irritated, because I'm just like, and I don't know why I had an attitude with him. I was just annoyed, because I'm just like, so then, I don't know if it's that same day or later that day, I ended up hitting Ron up, and I'm like, girl, did you know that the dude I'm talking to is Crazy's ex? This girl goes to say, she was like, yeah, I didn't know y'all actually talked or anything. I saw him like commenting on your pictures over the summer on Instagram, but I was like, I didn't know what to think of it. And I'm just like, you seen me commenting back, like kiss faces and shit. So like, and I'm not saying that because, like, well, by the time he was coming on my pictures, I was already in too deep. So, I mean, I wasn't finna cut him off. And even then, I probably wouldn't have cut him off either if I knew ahead of time, like, if I was What about Ashley? And I'm gonna explain why. So, me and Crazy, we're not friends. I know of her through my roommate. I've probably had maybe what 3 conversations. I count on one hand how many conversations I've actually had this girl, and it wasn't like real conversations. Usually like, hey girl, bye girl, you know, type shit. Maybe we like an actual conversation where we actually exchanged more words than that was probably like maybe 2 times, 2 to 4 times. So that's not my friend. I don't owe her anything, and yeah. So this is the girl Crazy. She ended up getting mad at me. I had no idea, so I didn't even know she had an attitude about it until one day. So I'm like, hey girl, and she like did some shit like that. And I think this was before I found out like that it was her, and I was just like, okay, I guess. And I was just like, oh, well, anyway. So I just went on about my days, because well, like we're not friends. I don't care to even ask like what the issue is. So once I found out all this out, I guess Ron went back and told her like, yeah, they do actually talk, which I'm not mad at her about, because it wasn't nothing on the messy stuff, because that's not how Ron is like at all. When we so eventually when I seen her, like after we found out, when she'll see me, she'll just like do some shit like that, like I'm just like, I'll just be like, okay, because she wasn't gonna do shit about it. So I'm like, and if she was trying to do something about it, like, you're weird, but whatever. The like so anytime I see her, she'll just like, or she'll try to look the other way, like with a smirk on her face, and I'm just like, okay, like you ain't said nothing, so like you ain't popped off nothing, so it's just like, okay, I wasn't finna just be like, girl, what's your problem? Because I don't care. But I guess Crazy feel like I knew who he was, like I shouldn't, like I knew, and I just started talking to him anyway. Even if that was the case, y'all weren't together and he's free game. I don't know you like that. I'm not friends with you. You're friends with my roommate, my old roommate. And I'm gonna take it back to freshman year to explain why she feel like I knew who he was. So prior to me meeting him at OT, I met him. I found out before that I met him twice. And I know y'all probably like,
Girl, so how you didn't know, blah, blah, blah.
calm down and listen, okay? So, the very first time I met him, I had just came from classes. The lights were out in our room. So the way our room was set up, if I got a picture, if I can find a picture, I'm gonna put a picture in. But it was, the door is right here. Ron's bed was right here, and it was a little mini fridge right here in front of us, and my bed was in front of like the fridge and in front of her bed. So like our beds is just like facing each other like that. But like my bed, her bed. So the lights is out in the room. It gets pretty dark in the room because we have the, you know, blinds closed and whatnot. So the room is dark, and I was in bed because I was going to take a nap, but she was about to go out. So I put the cover on my head, and so she was like, oh, I almost said her name. Crazy's friend is coming. I mean, her boyfriend is coming, and I want you to meet him. This was my roommate saying this, and I'm like, I don't know why she wanted me to meet him, but I was just like, okay. So I'm laying there in bed with the cover over my head, and she comes in. She like opens the door, and she was like, she said my name, and I lift the cover. She was like, this is Crazy's boyfriend, and she didn't turn on the light or anything. He's standing in the doorway, so it's just light in the doorway, so I can't really see his face or anything. I moved the cover. I looked up. I was like, hi, and then I laid back down. And I was like, okay, we're leaving, and closed the door. Didn't see his face or anything. He's a chocolate dude. It's dark. I'm not trying to be shady, but he's a chocolate dude. It's dark, and the only light is in the hallway. And I'm half asleep. Look up, hi, lay back down. I didn't see his face. Second time was like maybe some weeks later. I was Crazy's on our floor to our dorm. When you walk through the door to get to our floor, Crazy had one of the first rooms. So I'm leaving out. I think me and best friend was leaving out, and he was, I think, in her doorway or in her room, and she was in the doorway. They was about to leave and go somewhere too. And when I was leaving, I saw Ron standing right there. So I was like, "Hey, girl," and she said, "Hey," and then she was like, "Oh, here's Crazy and her boyfriend," and I was just like, I was walking past, I was like, "Hey, y'all," and then kept walking, glance, cause I wasn't finna be like looking at him, like examining his face, like trying to see like what he looked like or anything, cause I didn't care. Like, that's her dude, Mr. Hot and By. I don't really care to meet him like that. So I was just like, "Hey," and then walked off. That's it. Never seen this dude ever again after that. I didn't know his face. Like I said, even if I did know his face, he's free game. He was single, and you're not my friend. You're my friend's friend, my roommate's friend. And I call my roommate my friend because she was cool. That was my girl right there. You're my friend's friend. Someone that I literally high and by. Someone that's literally had maybe 2 actual conversations with. And the girl, Crazy, she seems so sweet. Like, she seemed like such a sweet girl. But my roommate would tell me, Ron, she would tell me like little stuff about her. I'm just like, her? No way. And then after I found out it was Crazy, I was like, I started remember, I'm like, so the stuff about this crazy ex, that's no way that girl did that. Like, no way in hell. Shorty was bad shit. Like, well, toward him, not toward me, toward him. But I was just like, I think I asked, I was like, so that crazy ex was talking about that was crazy? And he was like, yeah. And I was just like, ain't no way. But then when I started seeing how funny she was, I was just like, oh, okay. She's one of those real pretty girls, like, seems so innocent, but really, the little dude, crazy, yeah. So that after that, I continued to talk to him, but that I slowly stopped liking him. Not because of that, it was because of I don't know if y'all remember this story, or if you haven't watched it, go watch it. I'll probably try to link it on here or in the description if I remember. But when I almost got kicked out of Savannah State, yeah. Did I even say the name of the school there? I don't care if I did or not. But the dude 21, did I call him 21? I think I called him 21. Pretty sure I did. But the dude 21, I actually met him a little bit after that, and I started liking 21. And so like as I started liking 21, I stopped liking. I don't know, I was starting to drift away from what's his name, because we would get into a lot of arguments, and a lot of like stuff would stem from him being frustrated about him not having his car, his cousin, like him getting into it with his cousin. So I would get dragged into it. So now he got an attitude with me. Like, I ain't even did nothing. But after I met 21, I was just like, and yeah, I stopped liking him. So since I'm talking about him, I'll probably give y'all an introduction to 21, because I got hella story times about 21. Me and 21, we're still cool to this day. He's a little funny acting right now because I took him on my close friends. Maybe that's why. I feel like that's why. He probably like, no, it's not. Yeah. And because I met 21 August 2014, 2014. And we actually completely stopped dealing with each other in 2017. But then, like, if I wanted him still, but when I go home on leave, I can. Yeah. Because last time I saw him, I think was March this year. I went to visit him. No, we did not do anything. So didn't even do that. I made sure to sit on a couch at the end of the couch, crisscross applesauce like a little angel. And he noticed that too, because he actually said something. He's like, yeah, that's why you sat on the end of the couch. Yeah, because I already knew. Okay, yeah, look, I'm done. Let me stop. But yes, that's the end of this story. I want y'all to let me know in the comments, once I get some views, and some more subscribers. Let me know in the comments, like, if y'all feel like I was wrong, like, or if I should have paid attention more or should have known. But, like, I don't know. But from my standpoint, I don't feel like I was wrong, because I didn't know, for one. 2 that was not my friend. It was a friend of a friend. We never hung out with this girl ever. Or did we go to, I think we went to a basketball game, but I only went like because my roommate was going, like Ron, like, yeah. But never hung out with this girl. And her and Ron ended up falling out eventually too, because the girl just would do crazy ass shit. And I'm just like, her? No. Yeah. But Ron told me the girl was like cuckoo and would do cuckoo stuff. That's why they end up falling out and whatnot. So yeah. Anyways, like I said, let me know in the comments you think I was wrong or like what it was like. But thank you for watching. Make sure, like I said, you like, comment, subscribe. I know I reminded you in the middle of the video, so I'm gonna remind you again. Tell your auntie, cousin, them, brother, them, you know, auntie, grandma, all them, like, comment, subscribe, cause I'm trying to be back for real. And oh, I forgot to tell y'all in the beginning, y'all see me in the same look. You already know what I'm gonna tell you to do. What I'm gonna tell you to do. Mind your what? Cause yeah, I'm trying to get these videos out. I'm trying to at least record 7 this weekend. And guess what number this is? Number 1. It's tough, ain't it? It is. But yeah, we're gonna end it on our woe. Yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. Damn, I just did. But we're gonna end it on our woe on the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Every time she walk by, I be like, there she go.